Hey guys, Dr. Bryan coming at you live from Wills Chiropractic. It's so good to be back. I was on vacation in Mexico for a week or so. Had a great time. It was sunny. It was great. Had an awesome time. Last week I talked to you guys a little bit about the flu and how the flu season is kind of a misnomer. And the only reason we get sick is not because of the germs that were around, but actually because of all the stress that we're under. So this month I want to tackle stress, kind of what it does, what kinds of stress that we deal with, and this week I'm going to deal with physical stress. So physical stress are all the things that you do to your body. So all these slips and falls and accidents and repetitive motion injuries and poor posture that we have really add up to cause damage to your nervous system, and that's what ends up getting you sick most of the time. Physical stress is becoming more and more of an issue in our society just because of all the technology we have. So nowadays you see kids basically walking around like this all the time on their cell phones, and adults as well. Nothing drives me more crazy than when I come out of my adjusting room and look in the waiting room and I see a whole waiting room full of people with their heads buried in their phones with a terrible posture. Now why is that so bad? Well, it's bad because your head weighs about the same as a bowling ball, so about 12, 15 pounds or so. For every 15 degrees forward head flexion you do, it multiplies how heavy your head is. So the average texting posture is about 60 degrees of forward head posture, so it's about this far, and that makes your head weigh over 60 pounds. So your head goes from weighing 12 pounds to 60 pounds just by flexing it forward like that. Now, if you were to do that once in a while, it wouldn't be a big deal. But most people are doing that 2, 3, 4, 5 hours out of every day. Kids are probably even more. And when you continue doing it on a day in and day out basis, it actually changes the structure of your spine, which completely changes the way your brain functions as well, and basically affects your whole body. Now, one of the ways to combat that is very, very simple. You know, when we have babies, we all want the babies to keep their head up so they get a little curve in their neck. That's how we get the curves that we're supposed to have. So we make babies do tummy time. Well, I always tell my kids especially that if you're going to be on a device, please lay on your stomach. Put in some tummy time so you actually have to hold your head up and back and get that curve to kind of come back in there. It's way better than sitting here like this for hours on end on your phone. Now, the best advice is to get off your device and actually get outside and get some fresh air and exercise, but we all know that some of us have to be on our devices, and the kids, really do like to be on their cell phones there. So even adults, if you're going to be on the phone quite a bit, lay on your stomach, lay on the couch in your stomach, lay on your bed in the stomach, and be on your device. Same with kids as well. They're doing their homework, have them lay on their stomach, do their tummy time, basically. So again, physical stress is becoming more and more of an issue, especially with texting. Basically call it tech neck now, where we're seeing more and more of that kind of slumped forward posture that's causing massive changes, again, in the brain and nervous system, which are getting people sicker and sicker. I kind of shudder to think of what life will be like 10, 15, 20 years down the road when we've had all these kids growing up bent over their phone. How many neck surgeries we're going to have, how much issue we're going to have, just from a medical standpoint because of all this poor posture. So posture, I know, is a big one. I know everybody laughs, chiropractor talking about posture. I know that's all we ever talk about. But your structure is definitely related to your function of your brain and nervous system. Your brain and nervous system control everything. So if we don't take care of that structure, then the function of your brain just goes down in a hurry. That's what gets us sick. That's what gets us injured and costs us basically trillions of dollars every year just trying to get people to survive as opposed to thrive. So the first one we talked about today was physical stress. Next week we'll handle the second type of stress you run into, which is chemical stress. So from here to then, make sure you're doing our homework during our tummy time, and we'll talk to you next week about chemical stress. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.